Hey, it's Chris Beyer.
It's Chris Bowling.
Hey, CB, we've got a great guest in focus today with us, Pam Green from Thrive Community Services. Pam, welcome.
Welcome.
Thanks. It's nice to be here, Chris and Chris, joining you today.
Well, thank you
Absolutely.
for joining us.
So you've had a very long career with Thrive, formerly known as KCCDD. You want to talk a little bit about your background and what you've done for the organization, and then we'll get into some of the rebranding of the organization now to Thrive.
Well, I moved to Galesburg in 1984 when I got married. My husband was born and raised here. I was born and raised in Indiana. And I needed a job. So a secretarial job became available here. My husband already worked here. And I thought I can be a secretary for a while until I find something in my field. When I started here, I really didn't know anything about services for people with intellectual disabilities. It was all new to me. I had not prepared for service in this field, but I had a degree that allowed me to advance and move up. So I took advantage of that. I think to have a career as long as I've had here of 39 years, you have to have a passion for what you do. Yes. And my passion for the people we serve and for Knox County, the Galesburg community has certainly grown, immensely during the last 34 years. And I probably would like to say that it's not so much what I have done for this organization, but what Thrive has done for me. And I say Thrive now because I feel that all through my career here, I've been able to grow and thrive and learn. And that's really what we aspire for the individuals that we serve, just helping them to find their voice, to contribute to the community, to feel they are an important part of the community.
No, I think that's so well said. And I knew that you had started when you first moved to Galesburg. I didn't realize that was your first role in the secretary role. And now through that time now as executive director. So, I mean, you've seen tremendous growth, not only in the organization's service to their clients, but also just there's a lot of change in what you do as a nonprofit organization.
Yeah, that's true. 7 positions later, this is probably the last one that I'll have here. So I just, in some small way, I want to contribute something that helps Thrive continue to grow into the future and sustain into the future.
Right. And, as most of the community did know Thrive until this year with the rebrand as KCCDD, a mouthful of an acronym, but I think the rebrand has been good, and we're starting to see that take off within the community. So if somebody doesn't know either former name or now Thrive, you mentioned working with individuals in the community with intellectual disabilities. Could you speak to really what you do as an organization when you say working with them? What types of services do you provide, and how do you help them get connected into the community, as you mentioned?
Yeah, probably a better thing for me to say is supporting them. Okay. So we assist people through our community day services in having a fulfilling, meaningful life. We do a lot of volunteerism through that program and support them in doing that. So when you think of Thrive, it's not only what we're doing for the people we support, but the people we support are doing a lot for the community. So if you love the community, supporting Thrive and knowing what we do is a really important thing. We volunteer at the diaper bank, the fish food pantry, and the food bank. This year we were named United Way's Volunteers of the Year because we had a group of individuals who delivered meals through the United Way, and
very good.
there are many other things that our people are, I shouldn't say our people, but our participants
Yeah,
do to help the community and to be a part. We also provide employment services. We're
right.
supporting people in getting jobs and sustaining jobs. We had one program years ago. We didn't really do it well, so we took a few years off and we retooled. And through a grant with the state of Illinois, we're now starting our second year of the 2-year grant. It's allowing us to build capacity, and we're having
Yeah,
great success in finding individual placements for people.
that's great.
Employment that they really enjoy, that they choose. Something we've also have Gordon Barron Senior Center. It's an adult day service center, which is an important, valuable service to the community. So if you have a loved one who maybe isn't ready for nursing home care, for long-term care, but
Right.
needs some support during the days, they can come, have a safe environment, have a hot meal, and do the things that they enjoy, have games and activities, do reminiscing and other kinds of programs that we bring in from the community. And then probably our newest program is our respite services that serves children or supports children from 5 actually on up to adulthood with intellectual disabilities in providing a group respite opportunity. So we'll have 3 events a month that are about 4 hours each. Individuals can come, get a hot meal, do a variety of activities, socialize, and the caregivers can have that time, can have a break to do what they want in the community. And we've recently added the in-home respite services, which allows you up to 15 hours a month to have a qualified, trained individual come into your home, even in the evenings, and provide some activity for your loved one while you grocery shop or go on a date night, whatever it might be. But that's a huge
so
support
important.
to not only families, but participants.
Yes.
Yeah, you think about the amount of work a parent or caregiver has, that's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job, to just have that break to do, like you said, what they would want to do in the community or just some of the day-to-day things they need. That's such an important piece. Well, I know you get a lot of funding from the state. You've got funding from the county through different sources, but how do we as the community support Thrive? Certainly, fundraising is there as a nonprofit, but what else can we do to be a support as the community as we start to look at what Thrive's doing?
Well, there are several ways that you can volunteer. We have volunteers who regularly go through a process to do a variety of things within our organization. We have volunteers at Gordon Barron, so we have volunteers here in our day services. So any of those things are helpful, whether you just like chatting with people and doing activities with them, playing games and so forth. Or, we could have volunteers who help us support individuals as they get here from transportation and do a variety of things. So volunteering is a great way to get involved. Certainly financial help is always valuable. So one way you can do that is to support one of our signature fundraisers, either by attending or donating, or as a business sponsoring one of our events. When you see those opportunities arise, we have our signature events include Dueling Pianos, which is scheduled this year for November 11th.
Awesome.
And that's going to be elevated this year, so keep an eye out for that, as well as our annual auction, which is in April, and our next one is scheduled for April 24th of 2024.
That's great.
Awesome.
You can give donations outright to KCC or to Thrive. Excuse me, I even get confused.
That's all right.
39 years is a long time to get rid of. But you can make donations, monetary donations to Thrive. And we're going to be launching in hopefully the near future, a development campaign.
Great.
And that is going to be designed to grow an endowment through the Galesburg Community Foundation, because we need to have sustainable dollars, sustainable income, not only to help our individuals subsist, but allow them to thrive within the community. The state funding is woefully inadequate. The Mental Health Board of Knox County helps with some funding issues, but it's inadequate. The state even doesn't provide enough funding that their plans or their studies say they should be providing for this service. Right now, Illinois ranks 49th in the country for funding for services.
Wow.
And for services for IDD. That is a far cry. When I started here 39 years ago, we ranked second. So it tells you how we have fallen. And I believe the people of Knox County want more than that for their residents.
Well,
For
hopefully this will bring some awareness, and we can hopefully bring some dollars or some volunteer through this post. And we can't thank you enough, Pam.
Yes, thank you, Pam. Good to have you today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, thanks.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being on. We appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We'll see you.